connecting. It should be going live any second. I'm hoping. Turn the sound off so that I'm not going all mad. Seeing lots and lots and lots of versions of myself. I think I'm live. Well, hopefully anyway. Just texting lovely Luby there. So I'm hoping I can then see that, and that's my chat. And then I have my other Twitter over here, which should still show in the background. Yay! Oh, and put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Now, I don't know whether I can tweet out this. This is what always confuses me. Yeah. Come join me. I'm now live. Oh yeah. Hopefully anyway. He said, there you are. Hello. Good. Now you can see me. You see, I never know. Suddenly, just all the little lights come on and everything's meant to be live, but I can't really tell until someone says something. So that's good. I'm glad you're there. I'm sorry to hear you're not very well. I've got a gin, but I'll have to drink it for you. But yeah, so I hope you'll be feeling better soon. And I'm just gonna fuff. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove that so I can't see my face too many times, otherwise it gets a bit confusing. So if I do that like that, and then Twitter, I can just move in occasionally and check on it. Yay! So hopefully Catherine will join me soon. Yes, I will enjoy for you. Won't be quite the same. I like our little Friday night remote drinking sessions. It's good. It's nice. And Charles is with us. Hello, Charles. Good stuff. Now, I'm going to try and... No, I think if I try and check the stream link that Catherine's put up, I'm going to send myself into some kind of weird quantum loop where I just have too much going on. There you are, Catherine. Hello. Welcome to the crazy live stream. I hope you have gin. Charles, I think, is at work, so we let him off. He doesn't have to have gin. And Luby Lou's a bit tonsillitis-y. But I have gin. I have gin for all. I'm doing the quince gin tonight, which I'm quite intrigued about. I've been saving it. Yes. I'm missing the edge of... Ah, there we are. Oh, Catherine, you're all right. I was a bit late too. A couple of minutes. I got confused. I always get confused right at the beginning. When I've got too many windows open and there's a delay and I don't know what's going on, and I'm pretty sure the first couple of minutes of the stream are always me just looking a bit confused and not really saying anything to anyone. But if I knew how to edit, I'd take that off. But for some reason, I'm just not good at editing technology and stuff. So yeah, rather annoying. Oh, a groggy dog. Oh, Pepper. Gin and trifle. Why have I not got trifle? That's a good idea. Next time I'm going to have pudding. Gin and pudding. It's good. Now I mustn't neglect lovely Twitter ticking on, which I'm hoping you'll be able to all see my notifications. It's all going quite well this evening, which is nice. So yeah, I'll have to dip between. It's all right, so it is exciting. Technology! Oh, Pepper's teeth are now clear. Fair enough. That's fair enough. I just chased a cat out of the garden. That was exciting and energetic. I did some of my gardening today, my first bit of gardening in my new garden, and there's a bit of a cat war going on in my garden because I seem to be the only person in the neighbourhood who doesn't have a cat, and therefore they keep coming into my garden and warring over it. So yeah, dealing with cat drama. And sadly, all I've got is a guinea pig, and he's not very good at chasing away cats. He's not really very good at... I was going to say much. He's old, so he just sits and chills out. And I cleaned out his cage today, so he's a bit sulky because he doesn't like being held. Just likes to be left alone, like a classic little old man. Yeah. Let's have a catch up. No. Well, you see, technology is the thing. It's good when it works, but it hardly ever works, so we do what we can. But we're all here now. This is nice. This is exciting. And if we get just one extra person each fortnight, that'll be good. That's nice. That's good. Oh, who's this? Another follower. Get a lot of authors following me, that's nice. I'm not complaining. I'm always surprised as to who follows me. It's always nice to see. Right, now what gin should we have first? I've got options, people. I've got options. I've got the classic gin and rose lemonade, which I think Laura can attest to is delicious. It just tastes like Turkish delight. So I've got that, which is nice, and then also McQuint's gin. So maybe... Oh! I think I just lost you. Oh my god! I'm gonna, hang on, if you can still see me, because I've got no idea. I'm gonna try again. I don't know what happened. It was all too much for the stream. Are you there? Can you see me? Are we good? It keeps saying that the stream health is good. I've got green lights everywhere, but my screen just went down. Like my little YouTube screen just disappeared. And it just said there's an error. So I don't know whether you lost me or I just lost you, but I think I'm back. Yeah, I still do, technically. I haven't made any for a while. Boxes and decorate boxes and things. I want to get back in again, basically. Get into it again. You do, you bought one of my big ones. They are attention. Good. I'm glad you still like them. Yeah, I need to make more, basically. I need to get back on it. Oh, you saw the blip as well. Okay, so it wasn't just me. Well, hopefully you're all good. If something like that happens and you lose me and I don't realise, just write it, because the chat stayed up. It was just the actual image that disappeared. So, bit of I don't know. This is new to me, as much as it is to you guys, really. Yeah, thank you. They looked great. Thank you. I must make more of them. I think it's just a discipline, putting the time aside to do it, and I've just been a bit bad with that, really. I got out of the habit of being creative last year when I stopped making the YouTube stuff that I was doing, and stopped making the boxes, and I stopped creating, and I stopped crafting, and everything kind of just sort of stopped, and it's been a bit difficult trying to pick it back up and get back on with it again, and there have been a lot of other priorities from myself personally, so I've just been focusing on that, really. But I've moved house, I've left London, which I love. That's given me so much more kind of structure into my life, so I'm starting some really good habits again, and now I've got a job and some money coming in, I can start creating again. That's the plan anyway. So I'm doing a bit more kind of drawing and stuff, and I've got a room that I have allocated as a crafting and creativity room, which I'm sort of slowly putting together. So it's still in the process. I will eventually get back onto it properly. So yeah, that's the idea anyway. I want to get back to doing that because they're enjoyable. So yeah. Miniature instruments of capital punishment. I think we have to see a picture of that. You'll have to share a picture sometime. I want to see your miniature instruments of capital punishment. Yes, yeah, you've got a box. You see, everyone's got a box. Though, Charles, I don't think you've got a box. Maybe I should make one for you. Anyway, I got distracted by the fact that my feed went down. I was going to open a gin. I'm going to do the sound of gin being released. We're doing the gin and rose flavoured thingamajig. It's tasty. Oh, cheers, guys. Also, anyone else that wants to come in onto the stream, pop in and say hello. I'm going to try and share this, what's the word, web address, link, thingamajig, and see if it works. But maybe it won't. It just says youtube.com/live-dashboard. Now I don't know whether that's mine and whether it will just share this side of it, or I don't know. Hang on a cotton picking minute. Somewhere down here there it is. There's the link. Let's share that. Come back up here and go back into there. Tweety, tweaky, tweets. Reload those. Oh yeah, the quilted ones. Quilted dresses are beautiful. Really beautiful. I don't think they get as much praise as they perhaps should do. I think they're overlooked because it may be something that you can really appreciate when you're actually there in front of them. I don't think the pictures ever do them justice, but when you see the quality quilting and the light catches it, I think it looks really nice. I think they're really beautiful. Right, I'm live on YouTube. Come and say hello. I'm going to add you all right now because, you know, there's you, and there's you, and there's you. Big smiley face. And hopefully hopefully that will be the right link in the perfect world. Yeah, just as well I didn't use the other link, because I don't think that would have been a very good idea. Yes, upheaval, indeed. That's exactly it. You've got to be in the right frame of mind for being creative. It's really strange, otherwise you just kind of block up, I think. You just can't, things don't come out properly. It's really frustrating, because especially when you've been quite prolific for a while and you create a lot, and then suddenly everything just stops, and it's really frustrating, and then you sort of feel bad that that's happened, and it makes you feel worse. So then you sort of, it's a real rut, and I think I'm really not a writer, but I presume that that's what sort of writer's block is like, that kind of real frustration, and just not being able to get any of your information out. And I think it's the same with crafting. I think you've got to create anything, you've got to have that kind of freedom in your own life. And yeah, it's very difficult. I think people think creating's easy, in that you just have it and you can do it and whatever, and if you're not creating, you're just lazy, and it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. Oh, that's really good. Yes, there you are, Charles, yeah. Research and writing of ground to a halt. This is it. It's really frustrating. And then how do you get out of that? It's so difficult. I mean, for me, I try not to focus on it. I try and think about something else, do something else. For me, it's been focusing on my own actual health, making my eating a bit more regular, and all of that kind of, not just regular, but just better in so many ways. That's been really nice to do that, and to take strength in doing that. I think that's nice. Yeah, just hit a wall. You see, this is it. We're all at it. It's really difficult. It's hard to kind of get back on the horse, get back on the creative horse. But I also think sometimes you just have to sort of play with it, you know, have a go at something. For me, I like to draw or sketch. I did a bit of painting for a while as well, and they're nothing in particularly amazing. I've shared a few of them on sort of social media, ones that have been historically based or vaguely good or interesting, but I do so many other doodles and stuff, and it's just, I find that is quite freeing. I think it's that you've got to get back into the practice of doing it again, because it's so easy to lose it. Yeah, it can't be forced. You've got to slowly, like, ease it. It's difficult, really difficult. And it seems to be that the longer you don't do it, the harder it is to get back into it. It's a sort of vicious cycle. So it's good that we can all relate. I think anybody that creates anything can probably relate to that. And there are definitely cycles of creativity. So I go through huge phases of not being creative at all. And yeah, it's frustrating. I'll just check on Twitter. Do that every so often. Yeah, gin to well gin. Yep. Exactly. I'm hoping. There's definitely some way where you can add more people onto the stream, and you can switch between them. But I don't know how to do it. I've got no idea how to do it. But I've watched streams where people have done them, so it is possible. It's just figuring out a way to do that. And doing it with people that don't mind talking out into the ether, which is really weird, I'm not going to lie. That's why I have gin. Gardening's good. Yeah, I created window boxes today. It was exciting. put them out the front. And the part of me that's really used to living in London is thinking, oh God, they're going to get nicked. Oh, they're going to get nicked. But I figured, no, I've got to trust in the fact that they're not going to get nicked. And if they do, oh wow, spread some joy, I suppose. Charles sent me what was it? A Google Street View map walkabout thingamajig where you can see inside his shop and the outside of it. It's really cool. And he lives somewhere amazing, really beautiful. There are all these mountains just outside his shop. I mean, that's amazing. That's really cool. Feeling better is the key. It's the key. Yeah, editing must be difficult. It must be difficult. London mentality, yeah. You're in the countryside as well, yeah, that's true. I'm not in the countryside, I have to admit. I'm in a smaller town, I suppose technically. I think it's a smaller town. But it's nice. It's very quiet. And I can walk to work, which I love. I love no more commuting. It is. It's a lovely environment. It's a really cute little shop as well. It's really nice. Ah, that explains it. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really good. You can see inside his little bookshop. It's really cute. It's nice. I'd like to work somewhere like that. Right. Oh, hang on. I don't tend to open my messages on here just because, not that I'm against you guys seeing them, but just in case these pop back up, and not these, the actual YouTube video. Because if it stays on YouTube, then no one can see it. So what I will do is I'm going to pick up my phone and I will look at the message privately just to see. What's this? Been sent some kind of article or something from someone that I must follow. I think that's a bit jibby. But I suppose people do that kind of thing. How's everything going on? Got quite a lot of yellow stuff this evening. Now this one, the yellow men's it's waistcoat actually, although it looks like a coat. It's a waistcoat. Oh, look how colourful that looks. Aww. This one I shared because I did a portion of it, a close-up, a detail, a few weeks ago, and somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they wanted to see the whole thing, and I said, noted, I will put it up in the coming weeks. I'm true to my word, I've put it up, found the full picture from the V&A, and I'll put it up for you. Which, yeah, it's nice. So there you go. So that's why I put that one up. And why you might recognise it from a few weeks ago. I do try and put some weeks between them. I have to share some of them multiple times because, well, they're quite frankly stunning, but also there's not that many really stunning stuff that you haven't seen before. So try and mix in a few new ones each week, but it is a bit of a challenge, especially now I've been doing it for so long. So you will see some duplicated, but I try and just do the really popular ones. And in fact, I think what I might do for the annual, like when it's, Friday Night Frills' birthday, which I have to check when it will actually be, but I've got a feeling it's June or July or something. But I think when we do that, what I might do is a whole Friday Night Frills of the most popular, so the ones that have got like well over 100 likes and things, and just do like the creme de la creme of my Friday Night Frills, which I thought would be quite a nice idea. So I was just on Twitter, so I'm just going to catch up on having a read of this. Yep, owning a bookshop does sound wonderful. Yeah, Catherine, you're so right. You're so right. We often forget to be kind to ourselves. Yeah, definitely. I agree. My mum always says that. She says I'm too hard on myself. But I think you have to be a little bit, but you're right. It's so easy to be really critical and not give yourself a break, and that's really important, really important. It's easy to blow things out of context as well. Not out of context, out of proportion with yourself, and you have to give yourself a break every so often and say, it's okay to have a rest, and it's okay not to do things that you maybe intended to do. So I completely agree. Yeah, Catherine, you churn out books like amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You need to take some time to recharge and look after yourself. It's so easy to just, late nights and not eating properly and not, eating badly or eating junk food or drinking too much or whatever, and not just looking after the quality stuff. And I'm not about that anymore. I'm really focusing on looking after myself and nearest and dearest, and just taking some time out from the slightly hedonistic lifestyle that I had in London, which I certainly enjoyed in my earlier years, but after about 14 years in London, I think it really took its toll on me. So this is now about just looking after the quality things and myself, and spending more time with my family and people that mean a lot to me. And less about burning the candle at both ends and party all the time. Oh, thank you, Catherine. I'm certainly working on it. I think it's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing. There's been real small victories, but I'm really celebrating them and just getting my own discipline sorted, becoming more disciplined with myself, and feeling good about that, and not feeling like I have to do it because X, Y, and Z. It's about doing it because I can feel good about it and proud of that fact. So, yeah, just little things. I've had a breakfast for every day for the past 3 months, which is really rare. Up to that point, I very rarely have breakfast. So things like that it's about looking after myself and being healthy, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm glad it comes across. Exactly. Celebrate and recognise every victory. The smallest are still testament to your hard work. That's exactly it. Exactly. And who's to say what's a small victory and what's a big victory anyway? It's all just down to you, really. And it's your own perception. It's what you think that really matters. The rest of the world can judge or not, whatever. I think most of the time they're just too busy getting on with their own stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, London really takes it out of you, I think. You have to be a certain type of animal to be able to cope with it for a very long time. All very rich, all very rich, and then you can just sort of elevate yourself out of it, but it's quite exhausting. I would like to say that I'm still trying to get my deposit back off my horrible bloody letting agents, Portico Property. I handed the keys back 3 months yesterday. Isn't that ridiculous? So yeah, still trying to get that back, and that's just an example of how you have to sort of fight against everything in London. It's difficult. So it's nice not to have to worry about stuff like that anymore. So. Yay! But also still being close enough that I can go back in for events and fun things and seeing lovely people. And I'm still a London historian. Always. London historians. I do think there's an ombudsman for them, and I fully intend to complain. I'm deciding whether to actually take legal action against them. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous, and there's no reason for it. I have it in writing from my landlady, the actual owner of the property that I was renting it from, that she has no problem with me. She wants them to release the full deposit to me. I've got that in writing. And it's just going round and round in circles. They just ignore me, utterly ignore me. It's absolutely appalling. It's one of the biggest rental management companies in London, and the fact that they can do that is appalling. And by the looks of things, I'm not the only one. Other people have got in touch and said they've had similar problems. So it's just appalling, really bad. Yeah, agencies are awful. They are just awful. And I just don't know what they do for their money, really. Just don't know what they do for their money. So I'm thinking of taking legal action. If it drags on any longer, I'm going the whole sort of Twitter shaming route at the moment, and I think I'm going to sort of hit it pretty hard from next week, because they've only really just started engaging with me in private messages. So I've sent them all the details. I still haven't heard anything. I'm going to give them probably until the end of Monday, and then just hit it really hard on Tuesday on social media. So any shares and retweets are always appreciated, because it's just awful. It's horrible. I'm lucky that I'm in a secure place that, you know, while I do need the money, it's not life or death situation, but it's disgusting that they're holding, you know, it's 850 quid, so it's not a small amount. And that's for myself and someone else, so you know, once I get it, I have to give it back to this other person, but I think she seems to think that I'm, I don't know, up to no good with it or something. It's really frustrating, really frustrating. It's the last bit of annoying London clinging on. And, yeah, really going to get that sorted. But, I think I have to be seen to be not being obstructive and wanting to get it sorted, which is why I'm not trying to be too difficult with them, because I do want them to get it sorted. Anyway, I'm going on about it too much. This is what happens. It just goes, just sort of takes it over. Sigh. Boring. But yeah, this gin's nice. Thank you for the offer to share. That's great. It's very shoddy. So, yeah, cheeky buggers. Anyway, let's check Twitter. Let's see how everything's getting on. That fabric. Which one's that one? Oh yeah, that's lovely. I think this is the one with the funny front. It's got like a kind of strips on it, because it's been changed into some kind of... It's amazing to think that a dress that was made in the 1760s was then modified in the 1950s, like 200 years later. It was fine for 200 years, nobody touched it, and then suddenly they changed it and made it into a fancy dress outfit. And I just think, what? Oh, wow. Frustrating. Oh, who's this? Fiction editor. Hello, welcome. Yep. Let's see. I think if I go to the main page of Twitter, it starts dying. So I think it's there's too much going on. So I'm just going to go back to my notifications. Because if it crashes, then I have to, I don't know, do a load of horrible stuff. The Streatham House. Oh, yeah. I never knew that. I never knew that she went to a small claim. You went to a small claims court. That's awful. Good job you won. You deserved that. That's really bad. You see, that's the problem. It's so frustrating. No joke, I spent, well, myself and John spent, which I think some of you have met, Charles, you won't have done. We spent like 2 days cleaning. 2 days cleaning that flat. It was spotless. My mum and dad came round to collect the last of my stuff. They were like, it's so clean, it's so tidy in here. Look, you can clean and tidy. So it was spotless. It was absolutely spotless. I bought loads and loads of cleaning products. No joke, 2 days, 2 full days cleaning and tidying and sorting. And it looked great. It looked better than when I moved in. I'm ranting again, apologies. Oh, it gets under my skin. It really does. New bathroom. Oh, Charles has had a customer. Good. What did they buy? Did they buy anything? Yeah, rentals in London are a nightmare. I think rentals generally are a nightmare. Yeah, exactly. I know, the cheek of it. Yes. Directions? Oh, that is the worst. I wanted directions. Yeah, not a good book. Catherine, I need to read more of your books. I've only read your Life in the Georgian Court. The first one you did. I haven't read your others. I need to get on that. I can't keep up. I'm such a slow reader. And now I don't have my commute. How am I going to read? Main Street. Do you actually? Is that like your high street? I mean, like our high street, because we always have a high street, like in every place you go, and even it's often the road connecting two small villages. It's called the high street. Ah, thanks, Catherine. You're the best. That's really nice. I will. And once I'm off here, if I try and open up too many pages, I have a mental breakdown because I have too much going on, and my poor brain, my poor gin-soaked brain won't be able to handle it. But yeah, is Main Street in America the same as our high streets, where you've got loads of them, and there's one in like every town and every village and every place that you go, there's a Main Street, and it's like our high street, you know. in ye olden times, when you had just small villages that were on one road, and there's still plenty of them left in the UK, that road is generally called the High Street, or so-and-so High Street. So I wonder if it's the same. Yeah, I mean, it's usually like a high street. But here, 4th Street isn't. Yeah, I don't understand your whole street numbering system at all. It just seems really confusing. Here, ours are nice and, I like to think, logical. Like, they're named after things that are nearby. And you think, yes, makes sense. I'm trying to think of examples that aren't right outside my door, because anyone that watches this, I don't want them to find me. Hunt me down, break in. But yeah, your numbered streets just confuse me. Just too much. Never know what's going on. Oh, I don't know if you all saw, but recently I went champing. I have to admit, I'm not a fan of the term champing. It sounds like sort of angry biting. It's not. It's camping in a church. But I went last weekend with my mum. It was really good. Basically, it's the church's conservation trust. I've got some leaflets here. In fact, there you go. There's the champing leaflet. So it's the church's conservation trust run it. And I think there's about 23 churches in the country. There they are, where you can stay in a church overnight. And obviously, it's not advisable to do it in winter because they don't have any heating. But the season started last weekend, and Mum and I booked onto it because my birthday was in March, so we wanted to do it for that. And we weren't expecting it to be quite so cold. It's been really cold here recently. Charles, I know, not as cold as Canada, but cold for Suffolk. So we went camping in a church. Now, we say camping, you can set up tents, but it's mainly like little camp beds. You bring along your own bedding, and there's a kettle there, and tea and coffee and stuff, and little lanterns and loads of electric candles. And we went along and we set up for the night, and it was so good. It was so good. It was so nice. It was really quiet. I don't think I've ever known a quiet like it. It was just fantastic, because in a house you've got heating and water and things moving through the house so that you can hear. You can kind of, okay, not in like an obvious way, but you can hear it. Like, there are just sounds of, you know, habitation going on. Even if you can't hear the neighbours next door, the house makes sound. The church was just silent. But it was cold. We took hot water bottles and wrapped up really water and slept in layers and layers of clothing and hats. But it was really fun. And to wake up the next morning with the daylight coming through the stained glass window and the sounds of, you know, the morning birds, and that was just beautiful. It was just so good. So I can highly, highly recommend it. We actually went to, it was Essex, there you go, the Church of St Mary, which is Stansted, I can't even pronounce that word, Mount Fitchett, or maybe it's Frenchified, I don't know, but it's there. I don't know whether you can actually see that. Maybe if I hold it, you might focus on it. But that's where we went, and it was incredible. It's I posted up some pictures last weekend of a arch that we slept under, and that was Norman. That was 900 years old, that arch. So the church itself, not all of it is that old. It's been reworked a lot in the 19th century, and there was a lot of work done to it, I think in the 16th, 17th century. So it had things done to it, but it was incredible, absolutely incredible. And there were beautiful effigies there and wonderful architecture, and it was really nice. And there was a lovely local village, town. I think villages get offended if you call them towns, and towns get offended if you call them villages. But there was a small settlement with lots of lovely pubs. It was just really nice. Really enjoyed it. It was great fun. So I'm definitely going to be doing that, especially now I'm earning some money again. So I'm going to try and book some in over the summer and kind of work my way around them. So yeah, there's 23 in total on the little map. It is on the Twitter as well, I think. Let's come on to here a second. Just reload that little lot. I'll check on there. One on first. Yeah, that's one with the bugs on it. It's really cute. Have a little look on here. Champing. If it's gonna load. Yeah, this is the Champing Twitter page. So check them out, give them a follow. Highly recommend it. It's really nice, and it's so good to know that all your money goes towards the actual upkeep of the churches. So it's really nice to know that you're doing something really good, and it's just really nice. I can't. Was that where we went? That looks a bit like the door that we went through. Maybe it was. But excellent. So check them out, and if you're ever looking for something weird and wonderful to do, something a bit different, give it a go. But prepare yourself. I mean, even in summer, I reckon it's probably going to be quite cold at night. So wrap up warm, hot water bottles at the ready. But really good. Highly recommend it. I've not been reading the chat, so let me just catch up. You have a unicorn way. Ghosts. There were no ghosts. Mum knows that I do a bit of ghost hunting. I think I saw an orb, but that was about it. It didn't feel scary. It felt so welcoming. In fact, that church was the first time it had been open as a champing champing venue, I suppose is the right word. So we were actually the first people to ever sleep there. Well, not ever, because I'm sure in the past people have slept there, but certainly in recent history, probably the first people to sleep there. And within the building felt really kind of curious, like sort of, well, what are you doing here? What's going on? But it was really welcoming. It felt really, really warm and friendly, despite being really cold. It was actually really nice and not spooky at all. Even when because it was quite a large church, so even when we were sleeping in the chancel, I think, so in the front part in front of the altar. I'm not really a churchgoer, so I'm not altogether au fait with all the terminology, but we were sleeping in that area, and you can look down the aisle towards like the vestry at the end, which is where the little eco-loo was, and in the darkness, and it wasn't scary at all. It's just like a big dark black empty church. Just really nice. So while I'd have loved there to have been some ghosts, there weren't any. Didn't hear anything spooky. Slept really well. Absolutely no problem. Just woke up early with the light, and the light came through the window. But it was really nice. Yeah. And St Mary's Church was part of the Queen's Church. Yes. Yeah. It's St Mary's, Stansted, Mount Fitchett, Essex. It's nice. It's near Long Melford, and I love Long Melford. I made Mum drive through it, and I was like, we need to go here. We need to come antiquing here. It's got really good antiques, so we're going to do that at some point as well. I really like being close to my parents again. I'm really enjoying it, so it's really nice. Again, quality of life, looking after the important things. Drag unicorn. Unicorns are everything and everywhere. Yeah. People are always falling asleep in church. There you go. Yes, do. She'll love champing. Definitely, your sister. She'll love it. As long as you can sort of someone that's happy to rough it a little bit and likes a bit of an adventure and something that's maybe not as comfortable as a hotel. I think it's like 50 or 60 quid a night per person, so it's same kind of cost as a hotel, but it's so nice. You've got the place to yourself. yeah, I'm really into it. I'm going to work my way around the others. And Mum really liked it as well, so hopefully she can come with me. She can be my driver. Although, Laura, if you're soon to be driving, we should have to go on adventures together. We'll go anyway, but, you know, being able to drive is even better. And I've got to sort out my own driving this year. I've got to. How's everything over here? Not many people are saying much for tonight. Often you'll get quite a few people talking about stuff, but no one really needs any replies. Everyone's just ticking over. It's ticking over nicely. Oh, I'm a bit cold actually. Yes, though I need to learn to drive as well. Actually, Catherine, I was going to make you a mod as well. Charles, I can make you one if you want to, but because I'm hoping that Catherine will eventually, well, once we've figured out how to sort out the video side of things, that you'll, there you are, you're now a moderator for my channel. Charles, you can be one too if you want. Shall I make you a moderator? You might have to reload the page, but it's not the end of the world if you don't and wait till next time. Charles, I'll make you one as well. Mod me. Yeah, there you go. Now you've been modded. There you are. You've got a little thing. It just means that you can get rid of people in chat. So if anyone's being rude or difficult, then oh, there you are. You've removed it. Yeah, you see. Exactly. I've modded you. But it just means you can get rid of them. Charles, I now feel bad that you're the only one in chat that's not a moderator, so I'm going to make you a moderator. Ta-da! Now everyone in chat is a moderator, so you can all moderate yourselves. But yeah, just means if anyone else comes in and starts being rude, you can get rid of them. It means that one day when this becomes immensely successful and we've got thousands of people on chat, you can deal with them. Although I like it like this actually, to be fair. It's nice. It's nice. Now to figure out exactly, I'm still figuring it out. Like I say, the first minute or so is generally me being quiet because I don't know what's going on. As people slowly come on and I'm like, hello, is anybody there? Am I live? Oh. So, good light powers, yeah, there you go. You've all got little spanners next to your names now. Presuming Charles is serving. Gold and shiny. Which dress is that? Which dress? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, this is just beautiful. Although I think it's actually silver, but it looks like gold. Gold would have been better. But it is beautiful. It's so nice, that like midnight blue and metallic whatever. But yeah, it's gorgeous. And this is really nice as well. I discovered this yesterday, whenever it was that I added the end of these ones. This is really nice. I've also saved a full size one, so I'll do that in a couple of weeks' time. But it's really beautiful. It's got these lovely like pink spanglies. Pink spanglies. It's really nice. Good. Oh, I see. People are liking that one. It's doing well. Nothing here. Oh, there he is. Now I've got some technical work in that. Fair enough. It will enjoy you. You've all got the same power now. Not, I mean, yeah. It's the whole thing of like, if everyone's special, nobody is. But, you know. But if anyone comes in swearing and mouthing off, you can deal with them. Then why is the page not... Oh, there we go. No, I don't know how many... Oh my goodness, I don't know what this is. So for a while we've had 4 people in occasionally. I guess a lot of my Twitter lot aren't into YouTube or don't have YouTube accounts because they never really seem to pop up. And it would be nice if people wanted to come and talk about things. But maybe they just don't transfer very well. I mean, between the 2 sites. I don't know. But it's nice, it's good fun. And it's something to do with my Friday nights. It's good. Gosh, we've nearly been here an hour. 56 minutes. Well, I'm happy to continue on. I've still got gin left. I still haven't opened my quince one. Shall I have a sip and a sniff? These are nice, those. They're nice bottles as well. I'm thinking of doing that gin box. Has anyone seen that? Where you get like a monthly gin subscription. They send you a bottle of, what is it, Gin Club? Gin Club? Is that a gin club? I think I followed them. Let's have a craft gin club. I think it's that. It looks quite good. Although it could just be messy. But then I could try them on here. Or do an unboxing video. Ooh, they're popular. But yeah, you get a gin of the month. That's pretty. And you get money off. Yeah, you get like, I'm trying to find where it shows you exactly what you get in it, but you get like a gin, a sponsored gin of the month, where it's from like a small batch distillery, and you get tonic water and maybe some nibbles and yeah, and like if they're doing like a specific cocktail with a specific gin, then they'll give you the things for the cocktail. But I actually don't know where it shows you. Last time I looked on here, it showed you all the stuff that you got with the actual. Oh, here's one. So this is one of their boxes. So you get the bottle of gin, which I'm presuming is a decent size, because this is not like cheap, so you'd expect it to be pretty good. You get a tonic water, different flavours and brands, but they all seem to be quite nice ones. I think that is some apple juice or something, some fruit juice that I think then you can make a cocktail with. Some marmalade, some chocolate and some crisps. Now it's not cheap, but it'd be a really nice way of trying different gins. Might be quite up for that. I'm going to come back over here and see what you say. He neither likes churching nor camping, so not looking good on that score. How can anyone not like... I love camping. I love it. I love it so much. Gin box sound. It does sound lovely. It doesn't smell as nice as the other one. It's not bad though. Ooh. That's deceptive. Because the other one, what was it? Rhubarb and ginger flavour, the pink bottle we had a couple of weeks ago. Smelt really good. And then you tasted it and it was really strong and a bit harsh. That doesn't smell like anything apart from gin, but it tastes really smooth. That's really nice. But yeah, it doesn't smell like anything. Camping with the right people, yes. Camping with the wrong people is horrendous. But yeah, champing. Champing's good. And in the really big churches, you can do it with like quite a lot of people, like 8+ or something. Because there's the space, they just set up little beds for you. I think the church that we were actually in, you can only, I think it was like up to 6, 4 or 6. We went into quite a small church. But we were looking for a older church, and that one that wasn't that far away, so that's why. But yeah, you can do it with lots of people. I have to check because my parents are on their way back from London, so I'll see them in an hour or so. Let's check on Twitter again. See, I still haven't got my prints up that I got last time. It was like 2 weeks ago. Time flies by. Yeah, I'm gonna get my prints up, my lovely Georgian prints. I've only camped once and it put me off alive. The loos can make or break camping. Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't do like festival camping anymore. My mum and her sister really got into festival camping recently, last year or so. They do a lot of it. My mum's reliving her youth. And they are enjoying it. But I think because they're doing it, they're staying in the ones where the tents are already set up and it's all quite grown up. And they did Glastonbury last year, it didn't rain. And I've told them that when they do it in the rain, it's going to be a whole new experience for them. It is hardcore camping. I wouldn't do it anymore. I've done enough of it. I've done enough festivals. Yes, family time after this, yeah. I'm coming back later, so I'll head over to them. Yeah. When it's raining, it's awful. Camping in the rain is awful. Like, nothing is worse. Especially festival camping, because you've got to go out to be seeing the bands and stuff that you've paid £100 to go and see. So you go out and do those things, you get rained on, and you come back to the tent, and you're wet. You can't, and it's absolutely pissing it down, so you're trying to get into the tent, and then all the water gets into the tent, and you're soaked. Your stuff gets soaked. You get to that point where everything's wet and it's just so unpleasant. It's nasty. I don't need to be doing any of that. Which is why at least when you're in a church, there's a roof and space. You can stand up. But camping when it's warm and sunny and wonderful is really nice. But yeah, toilets. And it depends who you're sharing them with. I did go to Boomtown. It was horrendous. No, it was alright, but I think by that point it was, I was done with festivals. And it rained. It rained so much, and everything got soaked. Yeah, mingling, clean and dirty. It's not good. It's really not good. Horrendous. Champo. Oh, Panda's woken up. Hello, Papa. You probably won't hear the little squeaks, but my guinea pig's woken up. He's been fed, he's just attention seeking now. Except if I tried to touch him, he'd be like, no, don't touch me, leave me alone, woman. And who watched my beeswax wraps? It's hard to say when you're a bit merry. Beeswax wraps video. Now in there, I think it's when I'm looking at the individual colours and I'm talking about the yellow gingham one. And there's I don't know whether it's an orb or dust, and it like floats down the side of me here. So you have to look out for orbs and dust. Not that I think this place is particularly haunted. We have a massive festival here in August. I dread it because the numbers of people. It's called Shambhala? Shambhala? I'm pronouncing that wrong. What kind of festival is it? Is it horrendous? Look it up. I might crash my computer if I open another page. I could do it on here. Let me see if I can do it on here. I can share it all. 2018 of this year's. Look at that. Shambhala Festival. Adventures in Utopia. Is this it? Oh my goodness. Oh my god, it looks horrendous. Oh. Oh no. No. Loud music, lasers, yoga people, babies. Oh my god. That's not food, that's a woman. I can't eat her, that's wrong. Men in strange pants. Is this really the festival? No corporate branding. Well, that's good. I'm definitely getting too old for festivals. They just make me cringe. They just make me pull that face that I just pulled. What's this? What's she applied to? Oh, that lovely dress. The lovely dress. What's she moving? Oh, is that the actual? Oh, there she is. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's incredible when you think it was her dress. That is incredible. Oh, we love that. Oh. Oh, yes. Yes, we love that very much. That's incredible. Wonderful. Let's be a face of the woman in the dress. That's magic. That's magic. God, what's his name? Paul Daniels. I'm gonna like that. Does anyone else get really annoyed with the fact that Twitter changed favouriting to liking? Does that really wound me up? Still winds me up to this day, because it's a way of bookmarking things. I use it when I want to bookmark something. I want to be like, I'm going to refer back to that. I don't like a lot of stuff, because if you like everything, you can't go back to it. It's not useful. But if I go into my likes, it's just full of things that I'm trying to remember. Or really specific things, or like if someone shares something with me that of something I've done, or a link to them, then I'll like it. But it really annoyed me when they changed favouriting to liking. I don't know, I've got distracted again. The reader's chose, I'm guessing no, Shambhala? Electronic music, oh gosh, no. No. You get a few strikers in the shop and they're always looking for weird stuff, but they're mostly highest guys. Yeah, you want to get in some of those, the colouring books for them. Mandalas and things. Is that things? Yeah. That's no good. That's no good. Yeah, you have to heart. Yeah, exactly. Hard-hitting article, I'm presuming you say instead of arrival. But I know exactly what you mean. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. Because Facebook, who they're trying to copy, is on a completely different way of doing something, where you don't have like a permanently scrolling, fast-moving feed. Facebook is completely different. It's a selective number of people that you're friends with, or that you're... It's completely different. It's completely different. And Twitter should just be proud of the fact that it's different to Facebook. I'm pretty close to giving up Facebook, I think. Pretty close. Especially with all this recent stuff about how unsafe it is, and I just think, oh, bloody Zuckerberg. So I've got to check this because this is my work stuff. Yeah, sorry, just have to sort that out. There we are. Well, Shambhala looks awful. I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that. I think my local festival would be Latitude, which I think is quite kind of... I don't think it's that... let me show you. Yeah, it's pretty middle class, kind of well behaved. It's not bad. I don't even know who any of these people are. I've heard of the Killers. And the Charlatans, they've been around for a while, haven't they? I think I've heard of those. But yeah. But I'm so done with festivals. Definitely. No, exactly. I think that's the key thing, Catherine, is people use social media as a way of getting out there, and because it is a great way of reaching a certain number of people, but personally, doing it for a personal, it's awful. This is really nice. I'm gonna get these again, to be fair. It tastes like gooseberries or something. It's really nice. I might just go get some ice. I don't know why I whispered that then. Ice, I've got to get some ice. This might be quite nice. Neat, I suppose. If you have it cold. I'm left to remember the charlatans of them. Yeah, they've been around for a while, haven't they? I want this gin to sponsor me, to send me lots of free gin. That'd be nice. It's really nice. Friday Night Frills is it's slowed down this evening. It's slowed down. Definitely. It's normally a little bit more. What's the date? No, it's early in the month, isn't it? I don't know. I think some Fridays it's busier than other Fridays. And other weekends it's busier than other weekends because it'll continue. It's a bit like a kind of roller coaster. Once you've released it, if it kind of goes, and it will go woo, pick up some more people over the weekend, so it kind of, It is Easter, you're right. Maybe it's that. Although having said that, it's just another full. What's that? Let's see how they're all doing individually. See which ones are the popular ones this time. 2 and 2, 6 and 3, 8 and 2. Ooh, yeah, it's beautiful. 16 and 10. 18 and 5. Yeah, it's pretty. None of them have really kicked off. 22 and 9, 14 and 4, 17 and 7, 14 and 5, 16 and 7. Is it? That is lovely. It's really cool. The insects, I love them, the little flying things and caterpillars. It's lovely. Ba, 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 ba. Has anyone got any plans for the weekend? Anything exciting going on? Ah, married to a teacher. Under my feet as we type. Oh. That's nice. Yeah, they get lots of holidays. But they also get homework. Challenging. Quiet weekend. I'm working. I'm working both days. But while I am working, I'm working sensible hours where I'm finished by the evening time, which is really nice. So, yeah. I did a lot in my garden today. That was I woke up early actually. That's a new thing for me, is trying to go to bed earlier so that I wake up earlier, and I'm just about getting into the habit of retraining myself to do that. So I try and be in bed by sort of 12. Sometimes it's 12:30, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's before 12, and just sometimes I fall asleep while on my laptop at like 10:30, which I love. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed now. It's really nice. And then I wake up really nice and early, which I'm kind of enjoying. It's good. It's good. But I do need to make my breakfast for tomorrow morning. My breakfast is now the bomb. Can't get any better. It's so good. Right, listen to this. Okay, so I do the classic overnight oats, where you put, people do them in jam jars and stuff like that. I've got a really cute little, it's actually like a noodle bowl with a little lid with a face on it. It's really cute. And I put mine in there. So I do porridge oats with nuts and seeds, I go into the ingredients aisle of Sainsbury's and I buy chopped nuts. I've got sunflower seeds, I've got pumpkin seeds, I've got chia seeds. Pour some of those, they're all mixed up together. Pour some of those in. And then I've got my dried fruit, which is raisins and sultanas, and I think there's little bits of pineapple in there as well. Also dried dates and cranberries, that goes in there. And then on top of that I pour almond milk, which soaks into the oats. On top of that I put some vanilla yoghurt, and then on top of that I squeeze on some honey and chuck on some dark chocolate chips that you put in cookies, and that's what I have for my breakfast, and it's amazing. And this is how I've managed to eat breakfast every day. It's good, and it lasts, so it means I don't really get hungry. So it means then I have something for lunch, and it's like, I just top it up. It's really good. Yeah, Catherine, you were, often up late when I was, It is a work in progress, and some days I'm better at it than other days, but I'm finding it better. And I love it when I wake up early and I'm not groggy and it's not difficult to get out of bed. And I get up and I get on with something and I do a good few hours. Like today, I spent the first 3 hours in the garden, like actual grafting and churning stuff over and planting things and chasing cats. And then I sort of stopped for a cup of coffee, and it was like 11:30, 12, and I was like, the day hasn't even begun yet. I've done loads of work, and I've done a wash load and loads of stuff, and I really enjoy that. That makes me feel really good. And then hopefully I'll feel tired earlier, so then I go to bed. But it's difficult, and I still like late nights. Just can't do them as often. I don't think I do have a grape tree near me. Oh, what's a grape? Yeah, I've nailed mine. I've nailed it. I don't think I could make it any better. Like it's got so much stuff in it. It's like a work of art. It's just, and it's delicious. Adding the dark chocolate chips, I think, was quite literally the sprinkles on top. Absolutely delicious. And I have to get mine usually from Sainsbury's. Not very exciting. Let's check on Twitter again. Every time I witter, I need to check on Twitter. Very good. Well, I keep doing this. I go into the main feed as a habit, but it probably... Oh, there's Catherine. Look at you busy. I'm presuming that's a tweet deck. You see, and then I think it crushes it once it wants to die. Let's go back into notifications. There's too much going on. And my computer can't handle it. I don't know whether you can hear my computer grinding away. There it is. Looks like it wants to die. Going for an hour and 26 minutes. There we go. I think previously I've stopped at an hour and a half, but again, I've still got gin. I'm happy to keep going for a little bit. What's going on? Oh, Instagram. You've mentioned me. Mentioned me. I'll tell you what I love about Instagram. The fact that I'm following lots of panda appreciation thingamajigs, and I just get lots of pandas falling over. Oh look, there I am. Woohoo. Oh, let's give that a, give it a heart. Okay. A little bit, it's whirring. Is it yeah. I think I'm gonna have to I think once I get paid I'll probably I'll try and get a microphone that's separate from my laptop, because it's really not very good. In fact, whenever I've watched bits of this back, it's like really crackly. It's just not very good. So I'm aware that it needs fixing, but when I can afford to, I will get a better one. I think for my wax wraps video, I use my phone. I've got this really nifty. It's actually it's a phone case made by Manfrotto, who make high quality tripods, and it's basically like you can mount it, so it's got these mounts, and I have a little mount with a tripod mount on it, so I can now mount my phone on a tripod. Brilliant, best thing ever. So I can use it as a proper video recorder without having to prop it up on loads of things and watching it slowly go sliding about, which is what I've had to do in the past. That's really nice. It smells like something else. It's really like sweet and delicious. Just because, you know, I like to be a bit merry when my parents come back. Also, I think when there's a bit too much going on, my laptop tends to make a bit of noise. And it gets confused. Bless it. And to be fair, how dare you? A bit over the top? No. You just don't understand 18th century fashion. entry 18. The words aren't coming out of my mouth. I don't know how to say them fast enough. 18th century fashion is a bit over the top. That's the joy in it. That's it, really. It's silly and ridiculous. Wonderful at the same time. I mean, it's on a level that we can't really comprehend in this day and age. You know, like I've done previous week. I'm not sure there's any this week, but well, I suppose there's the sparkles, the pink sparkles on the man's waistcoat. But during a time when men would wear pink, bright pink and sparkles, and I mean, we just can't relate to that. So everyone's a bit, it's a bit over the top, or you wouldn't see this in this day and age, and you think, no, you wouldn't. And that's a real shame. So, so you're like, good, you're doing your own. Do. I like them. I'm a big fan. I'm not sure whether I should share the video with the people that make them. I can't decide whether it's a good video or a bad video. What do you guys reckon? Have you all seen it? Because I think I follow them on Twitter. These, or maybe I don't. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look. If I don't follow them, don't judge me. Bees, wax, wraps. I'm sure they're on beeswax food wrap. If that's really nice. Beeswax food. Maybe that's why I haven't added them on Twitter. Because they don't exist. They've never tweeted. That's ridiculous. They've just... Why? I'm genuinely really confused. Why you would go through the trouble of setting up a Twitter account and then not put anything at all. I don't get it. Aww. Oh, you all liked it. Okay, good. I'm never quite sure, because I do all my videos completely off the cuff, as you can tell. A bit like this. I'm not really a planner. I hate planning. I'm bad at it. So I just like to go for it and see what happens, really. And that's what happens with the videos, which is why when I'm not in the right mood, I don't make videos. But that one, I quite liked it. You like it. Exactly, Catherine. There's no such thing as OTT in Georgian, but that's the point. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly it. I don't understand people that mention and say, that's over the top. Oh, it's a bit much. Oh, I wouldn't wear that. Oh, well, no, because Georgian. Yeah. But, well, that's clearly why I didn't share it with them. Although I thought they did have a Twitter. I suppose. Oh, what's this? Yes. I thought they did have a. Right, beeswax wrap. This was who I bought it from. Cute little comment. That's a bit like the ones I've got, but slightly different. Where's their contact us? Have they got? No. I want your Twitter. Why are you not on social media? Maybe they don't need to be. Ah, no, yes. Oh, they do exist. Somebody just must have confused something. Right, okay. I'll give them a follow. And I will tweet them the video tomorrow before work and see if they like it. I was going to say, I thought I visited them online on their Twitter. Yeah, they're good. Alright, I'm glad I found them then. Yeah, one step closer. Exactly. I have to admit, it was really cute the way that it turned up. They'd done it was really minimal packaging, really simple, and they'd included a little card in there with my name and a little personalised message written from them, which I just thought was just really lovely. It was so sweet. It's really sweet. So, as a company, I think they're really good. It's nice. I'm convincing my parents to get some as well. We're slowly trying to go plastic free. Slowly. Challenging though. It's difficult. I've got plastic bottles sitting right here. Though I have to admit, all this will be, in fact, all of these things, this gets recycled, this gets recycled, and these could get recycled, but I really like the bottles, so I think I'm going to keep them. The labels come off, but the colour is actual, like a stain on the glass. So I think I'm going to keep them, because I've got the little pink one as well, and use them for flowers, or something pretty. I don't know, I just like them. I think they're just cute. I'll put them in the bathroom or something. I was going to go and get out another Georgian fan, but it's upstairs. I forgot to get them out. I just realised when I watch this, I can see my own face. It's on there, but it's like 5 seconds behind where I'm at now. I just watched myself pull the stupidest face. Okay, I'm quite merry. I think I can safely say that to you guys. Exactly. It is reusing them. Reusing and recycling. And when I'm bored of them, I'll recycle the glass. They are glass. And the rest goes into recycling. And I've got one of these. We'll collect these up for Panda because he eats them. He absolutely loves loo rolls and kitchen roll rolls because I don't have giant loo rolls. He loves them. So we keep those for him. He eats mine and my parents. We have them stored up. So yeah. And he eats a lot of newspaper and paper, cardboard. So that's recycling. It's not going on landfill anyway. But yeah. They are lovely. I'll tell you what, the gin's even lovelier. Whitley Neal? I'm presuming it's Whitley Neal. It's a nice gin. I hope they do big bottles of this. The quince one's really lovely. That's actually surprisingly delicious. I mean, I thought it was going to be good because it's quince and quince is nice, but that is actually delicious. And it's got a better flavour than the other one. The other one, which was, I think, rhubarb and ginger. I'm sure it was rhubarb and ginger. It was good. It was like sweets. This one It's got more of like a gooseberry, quincy kind of taste to it. It's nice. Right, what's going on? 7 new notifications. You see, no one's really saying very much. I mean, other than a bit OTT. But how am I even meant to respond to that? Other than going, no. No one's saying anything. It's definitely a weird day for it. Oh well. Oh well. We do a raspberry one? Wait, what? Do they? Okay, but friend, let's. Will it come up on here? Did you reply to me as well? Maybe it'll pop up down there. Oh, they will. Yeah, I think that's. I'll give that a like because it's likeable. There should still be a liking option, and then there should be a favouriting option. They should be both. Both should be there. That would be good. It would be good. He's never. No, he's not. That's true. That's true. There's a few of them. But that's nice. It's nice when people are interactive. Yeah. Still got another hour and 15 of Friday Night Frills to go. Still not over. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to do another hour and 15 of live stream, I can tell you that now. I'm not going to do more than 2 hours. Because if I do put this up, no one's going to watch over 2 hours worth of talking. Of me jabbering on about nothing in particular. It's been nice though, I like this, but it does feel a tad self-indulgent. But it's one of those things, if people enjoy it, then I'll keep doing it, but I'm never quite sure. It's weird because, oh, I think there's actually someone else in here watching. There's a ninja in here watching. They'll probably drop out now because I've realised that they're there. But we've got another person in here. So it's. I know that there's more than just 3 or 4 of us watching because people do come in and dip out. And once the live stream finishes, it reviews how many people have been in and out. And it's normally quite a few. And then if I put them up, like last week, it was a fortnight ago. I put it up online so that people could watch it. And then people sit there and watch it. So I'm presuming people like it. But, yeah, it does feel a little bit self-indulgent. But, indulge away. It's a great Friday night. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Good. As long as people are enjoying it, then happy to host, I suppose. I enjoy it. I like it. It's nice that it's grown from the first night where it was just myself and Luby Lou just chatting away for an hour and a half, or me talking at you while you're typing out. And then Charles joined last fortnight, and now Catherine's joined us. It's nice. It's lovely. It's a sort of little, slightly merry community. Catherine, I hope you're still drinking gin. I don't want to be the only one here slightly merry. Although it's probably too late for that anyway. I'm already there. I'm already merry. It's Friday. That's what it's about. These are my great nights out now. Friday Night Frills, slightly drunken live streams. Good, you're still on the gin. Good. Because even though I'm drinking alone, I'm not drinking alone. That's important. And I know Laura would normally, but she's got tonsillitis, so you don't type fast enough. It's difficult because it's definitely not synced up. Like, it's definitely not. Because the video that I'm seeing, that I presume you're responding to, is a good 5-10 seconds behind where I'm talking right now. So, yeah, there's a delay anyway. So, and especially if I'm off looking at other pages and then I come back and I'm like, oh gosh, there's things I need to read and reply to. And otherwise I'm just gabbling away, because I think that if I sit here and go quiet, it's going to get really boring. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. Cyber-ginning. It is cyber-ginning. Yeah. I know, Charles. You have to work. It's because you're in the past. It's because you're in the working hours. We're in the evening hours. I love that. The fact that in the globe people are at different hours. I think that's wonderful. Well, yeah, I was going to share some ghost stuff with you. Nothing terribly exciting and nothing terribly scary, but so before I left London, I used to work on Oxford Street, and I'm not going to go into detail about where I used to work because I don't want to get the shop into trouble or anything like that, or put people off from going there because they think it's haunted, but it's definitely haunted, I can tell you that right now. We used to have a lot of weird stuff going on there, a lot, and regularly. Pretty amazing stuff actually. So the whole balls of light, we used to get little balls of light flying around the place, and proper orbs, but you'd see them, like you'd actually see them moving around. That was pretty amazing. And there was definitely 2 ghosts, at least 2 ghosts. There was a guy who was really negative, and he would hang about and make you feel like someone was just watching you, and it was quite oppressive and quite scary. And the image that I got from him was quite sort of old and like covering his face. Like, I never used to get a proper view of him. He was quite covered up. So I think he was probably a really old, historic, probably a part of Oxford Street in its ancient form. And he was quite oppressive. He was quite dark, and he'd come in and out. I think he would come to us and then visit other places because he'd disappear for like long periods of time. And we had I would say, a more female, feminine spirit that was much more gentle and would be interactive. And I think most of the stuff that I had was with her, because I would talk to her, because I knew she was there. I knew they were both there, but that she was there all the time. And so I would speak to her quite a lot. So I would get interaction with her. And we used to have this chalkboard that we'd write on. And often there was a whole time where it moved, like moved position, but also there was another time where we'd seen it, had writing on it, that was fine, no one else had gone near it, And then I looked at it again, and it had this sort of finger smudges on it, where they'd smudged the writing. And we used to have to use it, so if you'd smudged it, you'd have to rewrite it. So the fact that someone had smudged it was a bit weird. And there was no one else near it apart from me, and I definitely didn't do it. So that happened. And then also, I handed in my notice, and I was talking to another member of staff about leaving and going on to somewhere else. And one of the things, so a sign that was on one of the displays, just flew across the room, like it just launched itself, sort of in our direction. And I think that was because I used to speak to the spirit, and it was a way of her being like, not don't leave, but just kind of last ditch attempt of being like, no, notice me. So I've gone now, so hopefully other people are acknowledging them, but I loved that. It was great. Exactly. Yeah, ghostly gold moments, physical interaction, incredible, actual, and the same with the sign flying, because it just properly launched a good 6 feet, just from stationary. It had been there all day to just launching in our direction. That was incredible. That was really amazing. So it was a lot, and there was definitely more than that, but those are the ones that come straight to mind because they were the ones that happened sort of just before I left, really. And I think I've got one in my current workplace. I've seen a bit of something. Yeah, spooky tantrum, exactly. Yeah, I think there's something in my current place, but because I'm still current there, I can't go into that many details. People get really funny about hauntings, so you have to be quite careful. But I'm keeping my eye out, and I'll let you know if anything definitive happens. Oh, it's picked up. That's the way Chuck Bass would have done it. Who's Chuck Bass? Anybody? Is that how it would hang when worn? Yes. Oops. Hang on. Yes. Panniers. Whoops. Underneath. Is that he's put underneath? Yeah. Help shape the form. Is that a sentence? Kind of makes sense. Ah, so maybe it's this tweet that's getting sick because this is a pretty out there dress. Oh no, it's other stuff as well. Okay, fair enough. I have a family idea that says when the Met puts these outfits on live models and them sit in their galleries together. Oh, as if. That would be amazing. However, the outfits are too fragile and valuable, I suppose. Reenact. No, I can never spell reenactment. Never liked it. But reenactment. Enactment, yeah. But reenactment is always a possibility. Monkey face. That's nice. we like it when people actually say things. We can reply to them. How so that MFY? I don't know what that means. I don't know what MFY stands for. Does anyone know what MFY stands for? What's going on over here? Chuck Bass is a character in Gossip Girl. Oh! That's not a Georgian show. I don't know why he'd be wearing that, but, you know, more men should be wearing that. I can agree with that. Has good gin. It's born in the same year as what? Someone says, yeah, but come on, it's Jane Austen. She wore petticoats. You'll notice that I never share any Regency fashion on Friday Night Frills because it just doesn't count. I'm afraid they look like underwear. Ah, mother fricking yes. I see. Makes sense. Laura, you watch Gossip Girl. You can admit it. Well, we're coming up for nearly 2 hours. We've got 4 minutes left on 2 hours, so I'll probably wind this down and say goodbye because it's been a while. Regency fashion is just boring. It's so boring. Everyone just looks like little girls. It's silly. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Oh, you got bored of Gossip Girl? I've never watched any of it, I don't think. It's part of that American rubbish that I don't tend to watch. It's all the same kind of generic, what's the word, canned laughter, ridiculousness. Impossible to sit down? No, darling, just challenging. Just a bit challenging. Lush. Lush indeed. Yeah, quiet, relaxing weekend, like the meds did. Well, at least she's not on the gin tonight. She's not been drinking gin, which is good. Yeah. Well, Friday Night Frills has got another hour to go on it. So there's a good more, five or six more to go, I think. But I think I'm going to probably wind this down. But it's been really good fun, so thanks for being here, you three. It's nice to have people to talk to, and it's nice for others to have you to talk to, because, yeah, the more people in chat, the better, really. I mean, I can dip in and out of it and reply to stuff, but it's nice that you can kind of bounce off each other, and that's good. That's good. So, yeah. See, we're back down to 3 again now. But, like I say, when I turn this off, I will see how many people actually came in. Yes, see you in the Twitters. Catherine, we shall have to do this again. If we can figure out how to actually get you on here video streaming as well, then we can flitter between the two of us, and then I think we'll be in more real time rather than the chat, which is slightly delayed. But talk to your friend about it, because they sound like they're in the know. I'm really new to this. This is still only my like 3rd live stream, and even then I seem to be learning every time I do it. So yeah, it's a work in progress, I think. But yes. No, Charles, you did. You did. You're at work, so we can't argue with that. It's nice to have you here. Thank you for making the time. Yeah, thank you for all of you to come in, and anyone else that dips in and dips out, and anyone that then... I think I might put this up. I can take this down permanently, or I can put it up now for others to watch afterwards. So I might put it up. See, it's 2 hours long. People might think it's a bit much, but I'll put it up. And if you're watching this in the future, I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like and suggestions about if there's any other things that you want me to talk about or stuff like that. It's always good feedback. Yeah, so I'm gonna find my other page and turn everything off now. So yeah, and I'll see you all on Twitter and WhatsApp and Facebook and various social medias, okay? So yeah, like, signing off. Night night, guys.